from you. So thank
Thank
you
you.
for that engaging introduction. Namaste to everyone. Good evening, I guess. I guess because I'm in India right now, so it's nice and sunny outside in Delhi. And I think before we start the meditation, I want to read something which is very essential to what is the purpose of our meditation really. Uh, we all may have started meditation with the process of wanting to achieve or experience something. Maybe for a benefit of meditation that we understand releasing stress, or probably someone is very intuitive and they're like, I want to explore my past life, or there could be so many, like from occult sciences to physical reality challenges to be faced. We would have probably started our journey of meditation, but meditation truly and because we're celebrating Buddha Purnami, what Buddha stood for Anapanasati meditation is to experience absolute emptiness. That is what really meditation stands for. Meditation in itself is emptiness, because that is the essential nature of reality. Everything is shunyata. Everything is nothingness. I am nothingness, you are nothingness, everything is nothingness. Quantum science is now getting to that. But ancient gurus and sages and spiritual masters have already identified that. So when Buddha was asked, okay, wow, you're, this great Anapanasati meditation that you have identified, so wonderful. So he said, what a fool you are. There have been many before me, and there will be many after me. So Buddha is not a person who we symbolize as the typical, what we see is that curly hair and all that. There are a lot of TV series also that have been made, some with a half open eyed, half closed eyed, very calm, composed look. But Buddha is anyone who has realized truly the essence of reality, that everything is emptiness. And in this stillness, in this emptiness, there is stillness. And in this stillness, there is action. So, meditation, through the practice of becoming one with our breath, which is initially an action, we enter into the state of emptiness. And what is the essential truth? Everything is emptiness. So, what our macrocosm emptiness that we are able to experience with our open eyes, we first hand experiences first in meditation. So, to experience this macrocosm nature of our reality, of, of all of existence, meditation is the simplest and the only way. So, let us first get into that empty state, and then we'll go through the journey of what really Maitreya Buddha stands for. So, for those who are joining in for the first time, if you're wearing your glasses, you can take them off.
Ma'am, would you like to play the
Yeah, I'll play
music
the
or
music.
would you need?
Yeah, I'll play
Okay,
the music. Yeah.
thank you.
You relax, just sit in meditation.
Yes,
Now, I
yes,
have got it
thanks.
covered. Okay?
Yes.
All right. So just get into a relaxed posture. We sit relaxed because if the mind gets distracted if the body is uncomfortable. So always sit in a relaxed posture. If you want to sit on the floor, on the chair, get comfortable. Cross your fingers, cross your legs, one on top of the other if you're sitting on a chair, and gently close your eyes. Just observe the natural flow of your breath. Come one, natural breath. Just watch the flow of your incoming breath and outgoing breath. Feels normal, natural, easy, soft, simple, steady, tranquil, ever flowing breath. Don't chase those quick thoughts. Come back to your breath. and just body and your wandering mind. You are the infinite, experiencing itself. Your breath is your guide. Become one with your natural breath. absolute depth.
Ma'am, we couldn't hear you. You're on mute.
Last 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly place the palms of your hands on your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And slowly come out of your meditation.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for beautiful meditation and generating such high energies. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Masters, please leave comments in the chat box. How did you feel about the meditation? Also, before I request ma'am to do wisdom sharing, I please request everyone to keep your cameras on so it's an interactive session. There are many people behind the scenes worked hard to bring these sessions together for you. Your smiling and nodding face gives the guest and everyone us feel good energy and motivation. So I'll please request everyone to keep your cameras on throughout the session. Also, just housekeeping rules, please. We will request all masters to ask one question with very concise description. If time permits, we are happy to take your second question. It's just to give an opportunity to everyone to have their questions answered. Thank you so much, and over to you, ma'am.
Thank you for your lovely comments. And yeah, that's true. Please do switch on your videos because, I mean, you get to see us, but we don't get to see you. Oh, thank you, VK ma'am, and Akshata ma'am, and Simi, and Satish sir, and Anand, IF Bharati ma'am, Kavita Saini ma'am. Awesome, cool. All right, more happy, smiling faces. You know, we exchange energy through the eyes. Everything is important. So be there because also it okay, this is another concept, but when we okay, this is not just for the Zoom class, but in general, when we whatever work that we're doing, even if it's a handshake or any work, it's always energy exchange through the eyes. One, and second, sometimes we tend not to be looking at the screen. It's also easier for you to get distracted. You are more aware when you are actually looking at the screen while with your video on, because somehow we are aware of, we're very self-aware when it comes to our image being portrayed. At that time, your mind is more conscious, more consciously aware of the activity that you're doing. So it's just a small thing, not for you guys to switch on purposefully, but just like any activity that you do. All right. So, I mean, the topic today is Maitri Buddha, and Patri sir, during Buddha Purnami time, during my meditation journey, I think before I came into, before I started practicing meditation, I didn't really think so much about Buddha or all of these great masters. I always knew that, of course, that there was energy. There couldn't be one God, one distinctive person who I could say, yeah, this is the God who would like correct the right and wrong and stuff. But I always knew, I always felt and knew in my heart that the source creator was always a formless being. And as I started my meditation practice slowly, I started to read up about a lot of different masters. I realized that the one that I resonated with the most, I think maybe it has something to do with my previous incarnations as well, um, was where I would read about monks who practiced Buddhism in some form or the other. And so my first book was Lobsang Rampa's The Third Eye. And that's the first book that even Lobsang Rampa wrote. And for me, and it's more like his own biography written from his point of view, as and not as the doctor that he became, the walk-in, but his journey as a Tibetan monk. And I really resonated with it. And the story that I know of Gautam Buddha, Siddharth, is I think a journey for all of us. The journey before meditation, the quest of knowing of what exactly life is really about, and then the part where we actually start the practice of meditation, where you have these mini satori moments where you realize, okay, there's something bigger that we weren't aware of till now. And then there's the journey after where you realize, And of course the journey where you are experiencing your meditation and stuff, there's it's a longer journey. This is a concept that Patri sir gave, so I'm just putting my insight to it, and then I'll share the actual wordings that he shared. And then of course once you are a regular practitioner of meditation, and then you're in the last phase, the phase of teaching meditation, you realize you're actually in that buddhatva sthiti. So, Buddha before enlightenment is also a Buddha, and Buddha after enlightenment is also a Buddha. So technically, everyone is a Buddha. Buddha waiting to become an actual Buddha. So the three stages of enlightenment are enlightenment before enlightenment, then there's enlightenment proper, and there's an enlightenment after enlightenment. So the enlightenment before enlightenment, and you know, enlightenment is not a, it's not a very far-fetched thing which you cannot attain, or it's something which requires celibacy or requires some form of godhood state that we achieve, but it's just that realization within yourself of that infinity which exists in reality. You could be probably seeing a kind gesture that's been done to, you witnessed a kind gesture that was being done. It could be feeding a homeless person, or a homeless person taking care of a dog. I'm giving you extreme examples, of course, but just small acts of kindness, like a small kid, small child, your child coming forward and saying, hey mom, I want to share my food with you, you know, or him wanting to. It's just those small moments, those mini moments where suddenly you realize that life is much bigger than, you know, all your worries, problems, challenges, and all of those thoughts which are there in your mind. That is truly enlightenment, because you are able to see that, you're able to witness that moment as it is. So all of us are in this journey, those who are not just in the path of meditation, but anyone who is seeking to realize that there must be more meaning and purpose in life, in reality, in itself, in all of existence, there must be meaning and purpose, is also a Buddha, because that's the first stage, that's the stage of a disciplehood. He wants to, there's a yearning. So even before Gautam Buddha before Gautam Buddha became Buddha, when he was Siddhartha, he was also in a quest for finding something. There must be some, because you can never be truly satisfied, because all of us are always, we are truly emptiness, but we are not seeking emptiness. We are seeking completion in some form or the other. So we are always trying to feel a wholeness when essentially we are emptiness. So what will happen? Obviously there's a conflict, so we're always looking for something externally. That seeking, some people might seek it in the form of entertainment and excursion and some form of physical pleasures, or you know, or like mental intellectual pleasures. But there are most who also, there are so many of us who also try to find more meaning and purpose through books, through meeting people, through traveling, through art, where they're exploring themselves. So that's the stage, that's the disciplehood stage. So the when we celebrate Buddha Purnami, it's actually when we say those three events, you know, his birth, his enlightenment, and his parinirvana sthiti. It's actually that the journey before enlightenment, which led him to that point. He's seeking and yearning to go to all of those gurus for those 8 years, practicing such harsh technique, going beyond his body, just with that simple desire to know there is something more in life. And that is why Patri sir called all of us masters in the new age and form, because all of us are seeking for that something. That seeking, eventually everyone is a Buddha, because everyone is seeking something. They might come in this lifetime or another lifetime, but when they do come, and that is usually the path of meditation, that is when they get into a stage of proper enlightenment. This is the stage of realization, the stage of masterhood stage, where you start to meditate and you realize, okay, I'm not just this physical body, there are so many subtle dimensions which exist. You can have varied kind of experiences in your life, where of course you might start with, even if you are seeking benefits of meditation, that is also a seeking, that is also a form of seeking. So never say, oh, you know what, I came for my spiritual experience and so that is higher. Nothing. Anything can be a trigger point for you to start your journey. And then you actually get into the process of proper enlightenment, where you realize, oh yeah, there is more to life. And then after that, and now, so a lot of people think this is it. You know what, I continue this practice, and one day I'll reach that samadhi sthiti. And this is what Patanjali Yoga Sutra finally says, I'll reach this samadhi sthiti, or in Buddhism it's called nirvan, parinirvan, and mahaparinirvan. I've understood everything, I've attained everything. Now there's nothing for me to do. I'm not just the drop in the ocean, I am the ocean itself in this drop, and that's it. No, it's constant work, it's constant learning, it's constant fine tuning. And that is what Buddha represented to us. And today, as we sit and we discuss on the concept of Maitre Buddha, that is what it really is. The third phase, the enlightenment after enlightenment stage, is the stage of a researcher, the stage of a teacher, the stage of a master. So, we all, as pyramid masters who have incarnated on this planet Earth today, right now, who are seeking to want to teach meditation to each and every one, are in that stage of constant fine tuning, and are in the stage of a teacher stage, are in the stage of a researcher. You might think, oh my god, I am only going through so many challenges in my meditation, I'm only trying to figure out if I'm in the right path, if I'm doing it the right way. I still get so many thoughts in my meditation. But each person that you choose to teach meditation to, that yearning within you to want to spread this knowledge to everyone, is what makes you part of this grand expanding consciousness of Maitreya Buddha. Maitreya Buddha is not a single individual who is incarnated, but it is the coming together of a mass awareness amongst the collective conscience, that we are all connected. We are all here, and there is a deeper meaning and purpose, and that is to truly explore and experience our life as it is. Not trying to change anything, not trying to be anything, but just to experience it as it is. Because, like I started the session, you are emptiness, I am emptiness. Everything is stillness. That's the essential nature. And at that point, when you come into that realization, that's truly joy. Every aspect of your life becomes an adventure. Your own journey with yourself, your own quest to discover yourself more, makes you even more enthusiastic to share it with more people. The more you start to become your own very good friend, you realize the better a friend you are to other people. You cannot be a good friend to others and not be a good friend to yourself, because you'll always feel that lack, because you'll always come from that place of expectation. If you are not your own good friend, can never be a good friend, because you're not coming from a place of wholeness. And so the concept is enlightenment before enlightenment, enlightenment proper, and enlightenment after enlightenment. So with this, I'd like to add another concept, which is, ultimately we realize, okay, you know what, okay, I'm emptiness, you're emptiness, I have to keep on teaching, it's constant work, I काम करते ही रहना है, we got to keep on doing work, and then again. So the concept of work also gets redefined. Today when I say work, let's say for example, if you are coming to this, if I'm doing, let's say I'm working for a pay in a corporate company, in an organization, I call it a salary, right? I call it, and let's say I'm a consultant who's offering my services, it's a fee. Let's say there's someone who's doing some form of social service for you, and you give them something, you give them as a goodwill gesture, you call it an honorarium. So everything where there is an exchange, we're attaching a certain tag to it, correct? So if we really have come here, even if I'm doing seva today here right now, and for that seva also, there's something that you think you're getting back, correct? That's our general understanding, right? So okay, I've come here, I've realized that I've come to teach everyone, and so then you think, oh yes, I am, you suddenly end up developing, okay, I am going to be teaching so many people, I am teaching meditation to so many people, oh, like, you know what, I am sharing my wisdom with so many people. So still, that's why in the teacher phase, ultimately when you come into the realization of what you are truly, like I said, if you are your own best friend, you can be a better friend to someone else. In that phase, what is the ultimate purpose, why have we come here? Because there is a give and take in every transaction. Again, that's also Maitri Buddha consciousness. We have conditional friendships and we have unconditional friendships. We have conditional friendships which are defined by the societal norms in the kind of multiple relations that you have. You can have a workplace relation, you can have a professional relation, you can have a personal relation, you can have multiple coats that you wear. They're all bound by certain conditions. And each of these conditions are also stemming from a place of friendship only. Because now you have come to a stage where you understood, okay, that person is also going through their own unique journey, and I am also going through my own unique journey. So that is where this concept of meditation, enlightenment, awareness, life cest comes in. So when we realize that what essentially enlightenment is, it stems into two things. You never regret anything. There is no lamenting, and you do not waste any time. Enlightenment in the physical reality, as much as we do meditation, swadhyaya, and sajjana sangatya, where we go on to explore, okay, you know what, I'm stillness, I am emptiness, I'm everything, I'm one with everything. This is at an intellectual level, but in the experiential level, enlightenment is experienced in these two forms. We do not lament anything. So if someone abuses you, you take it happily. That's a Buddha state. Someone came, and we've all heard that story. Someone came, Buddha was going, would go with his bhiksham dehi, whatever was served, he would eat. So he went to went to one village, and he was abused by that person, left, right, and center. You look like a person who is very capable of earning his own living, and now you're going around begging people. What is wrong with you? So that person kept on yelling, and then finally he gave his coin, but Buddha did not take it. That person, the person, he was offended. He's like, how dare you not take what offering I'm giving to you? And so all his disciples who were with him around Buddha and said, how could you just not say anything to this gentleman? So Buddha said, it was his, what he gave, he only got back. There was nothing for me to take. What he was only showing to me what he was. That was not a reflection on me. So that's a state, never lamenting anything. Whatever is happening in our life, whatever be the situation, no matter how extreme it is happening, no regrets. Every regret is a fresh blunder. All the energy that we receive in our meditation, if you have even a single regret in your life, or where you're like, yo, why did I say that thing, it could just be you rebuking your own self to say, oh, you know what, I shouldn't talk like this, I shouldn't have said that, or that person should not have been like that, or this situation is not entirely right, or this could have been done better. As many times as you say this in a given point in time in a day, you realize that's your level of enlightenment. The second step of enlightenment is not wasting any time. If you are in at any given point in time not utilizing your time 100%, then you're not a Buddha. And I can tell you, when I do my own observation, if I have an impulse to want to pick up my phone, sometimes through meditation, of course, you gain this awareness where you realize, no, my time is only for my self learning and self growth. If something does not serve my purpose, I let it go. And we let it go because we have no regrets, no? So how does enlightenment manifest in this physical reality for us is, broadly it can be categorized into two things. Never lamenting anything, so no regrets whatsoever. So within no regrets, everything comes. No complaints, non-interference, non-judgment, non-violence. All of this is a subcategory. No lamenting. If you don't lament anything, if you don't regret anything, which means you accept life as it is. So naturally you don't have any complaints and you don't interfere, you have no expectations. So a lot of times we do a backward calculation and we're like, oh, okay, but I should not interfere and I should not judge and I should not expect. So we try to work in that. But from the Buddhatva sthiti, if you understand from the concept of Buddha, what he realization he came, whatever happened, his 8 years of sadhana, where he did strong hatha yoga, everything led him to his final enlightenment through anapanasati meditation. Buddha's life can teach us so many things. Everything that is happening in our life is a churning and churning process to fine tune us into a beautiful sculpture that you can admire and say, wow, this is a piece of life that you can enjoy. Wow, this is a life that's well lived. Because you are going to be here in this physical body for a limited period of time, but ultimately you are that expansive, expanding ever self. The few moments right before you leave your body, your entire life will flash before you. And that is the same thoughts and feelings you're going to carry in your next lifetime as well, because that is the summation of your entire life. And those 6 seconds that your entire life flashes before you leave your body is what is going to define the next moment. So what should your 6 moments be, those 6 seconds be? A life well lived. And what is a life well lived? Where you realize, yeah, whatever happened happened for the best. And so from that state of enlightenment we come into a state of awareness. And what essentially is awareness? Awareness is knowing two things. One, living in the current moment, current present moment. Current moment is fine, current present moment. And second, living in the eternity foreverness. So both are applicable here. Our awareness is in two forms. One, knowing that I have to be completely living in this moment. Whatever is happening, you're taking the class right now, you're listening to the class right now, whatever it is, be completely immersed in this moment. Because in this moment, the true essence is there. When we dedicate, we like being aware in this current moment is dedicating ourselves 100% into this current moment. It's totally being alive in this moment. It's flowing happily in this here and now as it is. That's one aspect of awareness. That's one aspect of awareness. The other aspect of awareness is there was a distinct past, there is going to be a distinct future, and there is a present moment, and all of this are connected with one another. Today, how I choose to remember my past is what my past actually is. Today, what I choose to envision for my future is what my future actually is. My past does not affect my present. Whatever karmas that you've done in the past, if today you live with full, complete wisdom that whatever I am doing right now, whatever is happening to me, whatever is currently my situation, I accept it as it is completely. You have changed the definition of what your past karma is. And today, what you choose to do with how you want to envision and imagine a future for you is what creates that foreverness, is what creates your beautiful destiny. So, Buddhatva Sthiti, when we come to the state of awareness, so from enlightenment, what we spoke about enlightenment, from enlightenment comes a state of awareness, which is broadly defined into two. Being completely alive in this current moment. That's point number one. And second, living completely in the truth that there is a foreverness, there is an eternity. There is now and there is eternity, and both of them exist simultaneously. So, what will happen? Will you try to rush anything? Will you try to force you've come into meditation, you have experienced so many benefits in meditation, but your husband is not doing it, your partner is not doing it, or your kids are not doing it? So what do? Will you force them and say, Are, but why are they not doing? So many benefits in meditation are there, but they should do it? No. Instead of yearning for someone else to come in, you accept them as they are, and you're like, yeah, they'll come. No, their journey. I can be my best right now. They'll come in their own time. So you become a perfect parent, you become a perfect partner, you become a perfect friend because you are just there for a person without any expectation. You are just there. And see, all of these, as you understand, are qualities of what Maitreya Buddha really stands for. Maitreya Buddha is not this, oh my god, this like bright white light, yellow light, golden light shining from a person and like it's emanating and there's just silence and bliss and happiness. This is our life. In everyday life, we live the Maitreya Buddha consciousness, where you accept every person as they are. You accept every situation as they are. I can tell you this, the last 3 years, ever since I've been working in PMC Hindi, I've had so many wonderful experiences where my ego has been crushed completely. It's very easy to say, oh yeah, she's the CEO, but like the challenges that come, my ego has been crushed completely. I have become subject to scrutiny of so many people. Everyone is just like, okay, but she should do like this and that should have been done right. And so many people giving their suggestions. Considering each one's opinion, but standing for what I truly believe in and just taking life as it comes. It has been one of my greatest lessons. So if you are in PSSM, please take up a project of your calling. Go and serve that group, which is part of your soul purpose, because that is what enlightenment is. Not just one is enlightenment, is one knowing that you are not this body, and the second is going to the group, going to the soul group that you are born in, and to go and serve that group. You can expand so much, because ultimately, now that's the fourth stage. So I told you about enlightenment, that's two categories. I told you about awareness. Through enlightenment we get awareness, which is in two categories. And now through awareness, what do we really achieve? We achieve what is called life zest, the final ultimate stage, the natural result of your enlightenment and awareness, where every moment is enjoyed, every situation is savored, your life becomes absolutely dynamic, your life is absolutely adventurous and miraculous. Every thought acquires like magnetic power. Every word starts to develop a magnetic power. Every action of yours is a piece of art that is waiting to be like, just this beauty. That is Maitreya Buddha consciousness. You know why? Because life system is in two parts: this passionate maximum giving and this passionate maximum receiving. Even today you can be doing a job before meditation, but after meditation, even if you go for a regular job, after meditation, before meditation, after meditation, if you're a student, before meditation, after meditation, if you are a teacher, or a mother, or whatever role that you play, you realize a maximum passionate giving and maximum passionate receiving. You want to give, you want to give your you want to give from the space of compassion. You don't think, oh, without any expectation, you want to give because you realize that's what makes you the happiest. And you also are able to equally receive. Receiving is also an equally important state. So I've seen this. I've seen so many times when where people would come and give Patrisa presents, and they would be like, okay, Swamiji, we want to give you and stuff. And immediately, you know what sir will do? If he has not bathed at that time or something, he'll go and wear those clothes and he'll show them. He received with so much grace. A lot of times, and I can say that I'm still working on that. So sometimes when you go and take a class and someone appreciates you and says, wow, you've done such a good job and all, sometimes I think I feel a little shy to accept that. Now they are giving with so much compassion, they are with so much affection, whatever they are showering, how openly am I able to receive it? In your life, all your relationships, like I started, all friendships have a give and take. All relationships have a give and take. There are some conditional friendships which are bound by society's rules and regulations, and then there are unconditional friendships. And in both giving and taking, the more enlightened we start to get, the more aware we start to become, the more passionately we start to give and receive, and the more beautifully we are able to enjoy life as it is. So Maitreya Buddha consciousness on earth can be established by all of us by practicing these qualities in our everyday life. We are beyond the Dhammapada concepts of the eightfold truth, four noble truth, the eightfold path. We are beyond that now, because now we've come into meditation. Now we're also teaching meditation. Now we have to see how do we live our lives. Live our lives in a state of maximum passionate giving and maximum passionate receiving in every relationship. Because every relationship essentially will come down to only one thing: as good a friend you are to yourself, as good a friend you are to another person. Even your boss can be your friend. He's playing his role perfectly. Even your husband, who could be probably a pain for you sometimes because like he doesn't understand what you're trying to say, or your kids who are not understanding how much effort you're putting to raise them, what all sacrifices you are making for them, whatever it be. In every relationship, whatever you choose to do is a choice that you have made for yourself. And in those choices, you start to refine your emotions. You start to realize, okay, my choices are my choices not because I'm bound to them, but because I want to experience that reality. And when you start to see reality, see life from an experiencing from a reality perspective, then beauty unravels, because you're going to keep giving, and whatever comes, you're going to keep receiving, and with so much grace. That's what Maitreya Buddha consciousness stands for. In conditional and unconditional friendship, we live in complete harmony of maximum passionate giving and maximum passionate receiving. So I would like to thank the PSSM Australia team for giving me an opportunity, for giving really for to be able to present this to you, because this is my life purpose. When I write my goals, ever since I've always had this habit of making my yearly goals and targets. What do I want to achieve? And I can say that I've always achieved everything that I've ever wanted. So this, like and I was truly reflecting, and I'm saying, you know what, I'm doing everything, but there is something more. And when I really reflected, and what I truly want is, I want to be a friend to all. What I learned from my father and Patriji, I want to demonstrate that in action. I just want to be friends with everyone on this planet. That's what I really want. And whatever is that's my goal in life. Like now, my goal in, because I know of course, one of the practical, like material goals is to create a platform to teach meditation to the world. So that's one of my goals. Like my life goal is to create a platform that teaches meditation. So I'm grateful to Patriji, because now through PMC Hindi, we're already reaching out to 5 crore homes. And now to enhance that, so every person in India will become a meditator. And the minute that critical mass has been achieved in India, I know that global will be achieved easily, because there's one Hindi speaking person in every country, every city of the world. We just have to reach that one person. Dhyan Jagat has happened already. I am just seeing how I can be a part of it. And so my part of it is, oh, okay, fine, I can take care of the Hindi project. Yes. That every Hindi person will reach, will meditation will reach. Hook or crook, I will travel the whole world if I have to. I will travel to the remotest city, villages, to make sure that meditation reaches. Because I want to be friends with them. I want to learn from them. I want to receive so much from them. I have so much to give. And for igniting, for inspiring me, I want to thank my, yeah, my best friend Patri sir, and my dad actually. uh, I'm so grateful that we in this reality can truly, like, you want to look at someone as an inspiration, and you're like, okay, give me a face or a place. Like, how do I know that this is a reality, it exists? My dad was one person in my life. He was my best friend. So is my mom. And yeah, and then Patri sir. So I want to thank them for inspiring me, so that I can go and live my purpose and make more friends. So thank you, my dear friends, for giving me this opportunity on this wonderful occasion of Buddha Purnami. And yeah, over to Shivani ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, and thank you so much, ma'am. I'm sure the passion you speak with and the smile. It's not hard for you to make friends, I'm sure. And please don't get emotional, because if you cry, I'll be the first one to start crying with you. I'm that emotional. So and the thing that I got out of this session is truly how we as people underrate ourselves. You made us feel how much we have in us that we do not see, or we are not aware. You said we tend to live in the past, and if one incident happened, we keep on overthinking. We should have said that, we shouldn't have said that, and we live in that past. But just being mere present on this platform and part of this program already make us Buddha before Buddha. So that is the urge to learn more, and being here, we are already Buddha that we are not aware of. And the second thing that made me feel is, like, when we are doing meditation, we always think if we are having thought, it's not a good thing. But then just a feel of spreading meditation to the world through this platform or through other way is just, we are already a part of grand expansion of Maitryi Buddha. So thank you so much for making us, especially me, feel good that yes, we are doing something good. And what made me laugh, is you said, Buddha didn't have that lights on. And I actually asked this question to someone in one of the session. We in the pictures they show light behind the Buddha. Is it true? Like, is there a light, actually light there? They said it's just the representation of enlightenment. And yes, so thank you so much. I won't take much time. I'm sure our viewers have questions, and I'll request masters to please come forward and ask the questions.
Questions or experience sharing, both are great. I
Yes,
get to learn more.
anything. Kalpana ji.
Thank you, Shivani. Thank you so much, Alekhya ma'am, for accepting and providing your wisdom to us. Actually, I have both. One is question and one is experience. So, in the meditation, ma'am, before the wisdom session, I had a question because before that you mentioned stillness, right? Emptiness, stillness. I was thinking about emptiness. Suddenly, my hands felt, they were in the shape, but there is nothing inside my hands. I could feel emptiness within my hands. But then again, I started questioning. So we are human beings. We are on Earth. So breath is our, the main thing that qualifies us human being, right? So because we are on Earth, what is the difference between the planets Earth and other planets? It's only gravity, right? So Earth has more gravity. Is there a connection between gravity and breath?
Interesting question. See, I don't have a scientific explanation for this, but I'll share an experience with you for this. This is in 2014. There's a pyramid that we had constructed on top of my house, and it was not inaugurated yet. But I had a dream in the night, and so this pyramid. So the dream was I was sitting inside this pyramid and I was meditating, and suddenly I come out of meditation and I step out of the pyramid, and suddenly the pyramid becomes really small and becomes small, and I put it like a locket inside. So this is all I'm observing my dream. So that pyramid becomes a really small locket size pyramid, and I put that pyramid as a locket in a necklace, and I step out. Now when I step out, where did I step out? I stepped out in this like different, and so this same exercise happened in multiple, like every time I would step out, I would be in a new space. This space, there would be different creatures, not people who I could recognize as humans. Now I could probably call them extraterrestrials, but they were not humans. I met different forms of beings in every time that I would step out. And these beings, each of them, everyone was asking the same thing. How do you live? Like on my earth, this is what we do, and we have greenery and we Mother Earth and nature, and I would explain. So I don't remember much of like my interactions on those or at those points, but I remember in one such, so this place I would meet. They would share something, I would share something, and then I would step back into and I'll take the locket out, I'll put it down, the pyramid would become big, I would sit into the pyramid again and I'll meditate, and again the same thing. I'd step out of the pyramid will become small, I'll be in a new place, new galaxy or dimension that I don't want to give it names because we tend to like intellectualize the process. So something, I went to, let's say, another planet, and I met those people. There's one, so I remember two things, very distinct things of that dream. One was I reached a place where the beings didn't have a nose. Okay. So they just had eyes, they didn't have a nose, and their mouth was a little bigger in shape. But they had a long tongue. So my question to them was, on our planet, we do meditation through our breath. How do you do meditation? So then they showed me that there was a process where their tongue can be kept up in a certain way through which they can activate the what the nectar, amrit, what we experience as cosmic energy in our physical body. There's a point at the tip of at the tip of the tongue, on top of their mouth or whatever cavity, I mean we are calling it mouth, whatever is that cavity, which helps them to channelize that amrit, which whatever they call it, akash ganga or cosmic energy. So that is when first day I realized, okay, so that was one thing I experienced in my meditation. And the second is, of course, another planet where I saw it was full of crystals and stuff. That's not relevant right now. But in this experience, to answer your question, We are experiencing meditation and the breath in our current reality through this shape and form. So that is why for us we say breath is our guru, right? Now to assume that, now I, like I said, I can't intellectually explain. So we need hydrocarbons, and like, if until and unless there's no water on the planet, we can't really say that life can exist on the planet, right? So there are certain key elements that we look for. We look for hydrogen, carbon. The carbon compounds are a very essential aspect for human beings to survive. But that does not mean human beings to survive. That's the underlying thing. On another planet could be something else, where ultimately this shape and form, we know only 0.000000001% of what this infinite reality holds. I was watching a video the other day about black holes, and how, if you want to understand the beginning of time, then maybe you have to enter in and try to get into the black hole to see what these parallel realities are about. So it's quite mind-boggling what science is yet to explore. But from a spiritual scientist perspective, I can tell you, breath is essential for us right now here. But in another galaxy, in another planet, in this another form and being, maybe breath is not the way. Maybe there is another way there. But if you ever get the answer to this question, please tell me, because you're searching for it. I also have had this. Imagine 2014, I had this experience. Then my dream, I was asking people. So yeah, so I don't know if I answered your question because I don't have an answer, but I have an experience related to that. I shared that with you.
Yeah, yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Thanks, ma'am. The another question was, you mentioned about regrets, right, ma'am?
Mm.
So I do have few regrets. When I recollect that situation, I feel, oh, why did I do like that? So how to overcome that situation?
Stop thinking about it. Nothing.
Nothing.
You know, you
Yeah.
don't have to think about it. You are in charge. You say,
Mm,
okay, done, over.
yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of permutation combinations. You can go the logical path. I'm a very logical person, okay? Like, I'm a very left brain person because I'm an analyst. I have to think of strategy all the time. I'm always looking to scale up things. So it's very natural for my brain to like see patterns and stuff. So the first thing I ask myself is, can I do anything about it right now? If I can, I should go and do it. Either I apologize to the person, I try to correct it, something, or I can be like, if I can't do anything about it, what can I do right now? There's no point thinking about it, right? And wasting my energy. That's the worst. Past anyway, I cannot correct. Right now, also, I'm wasting my energy. So,
Mm,
best in such situations, I try to sit in my meditation. And in that meditation time, I really like introspect. I really go deep in my introspection, be like, what could have I done better? And then just come out of it and say, I couldn't have done it better. And if I can, I'll do it right now. So that's how my logical mind works. But I'm not saying that is a method for everyone. Masters, I'm just clarifying. This is just my method for me that works for me. You would probably have your own. But that's why I said, how could you stop overthinking? You just stop overthinking. There's nothing. Everything is a thought away. You are a thought being, ma'am.
yeah.
You're an energy being, you're a thought being. Everything is a thought. You don't want to think about it, you decide. It all starts with the intent. I don't want to think about it. Whatever I did, I'm not going to repeat again. Give a command to your mind.
Mm,
I'm done with it. Okay, I can't do that. Now I will not do it. Or now I will do better. Whatever be that thing. Switch your thought. We always have a choice in any given moment to have lower frequency emotions or higher frequency emotions. Lower frequency emotions are emotions which are born out of regret, anger, frustration, jealousy, all of those things. And there are higher frequency emotions of compassionate, of affection, of care, concern. Your choice in that moment. You are choosing to think that thought, right? So who will choose? You only have to choose to not think about that thought. And so it's that simple.
yep.
It really is that simple. So we think, oh
Yes.
my
Yeah.
God, overthinking is a problem. It's not a problem, it's a choice. Everything is a choice in our life.
Yep. I agree, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for the time.
Yes.
Thank you for the question, Kalpana. And what I think about the same thing to avoid overthinking is we always do or act as per the best knowledge we have at the moment. Maybe in the past you were not aware what is right and wrong. You're better aware now. And like ma'am said, you can always, go back and do the correction if you can. And if it's not under your control, just let it go. And that's it. So thank you. And any other question? Simiji, I think you were raising your hand. Do you have any question? Any other master for any experience sharing or any question, please, or any gratitude? No? All right. Well, in that case, thank you again, ma'am, for wonderful session, beautiful wisdom sharing. And then again, I would what stand out for me is, we need to feel good about ourselves. We are already doing, good, and the path we are on and the program we have joined, that only tells, we are on the right path and we are already a path of becoming Buddha. So thank you so much. With this, I would also like to pass thank you and congratulations to all participants who joined today and from past 7 days for embarking their journey from Buddha to Buddha. With this, I like to extend my gratitude to PMC English for collaborating with us, Satish Ji from PSSM Malaysia for providing technical support, and flyer support from Jenny, Prithvi, and Sharmaji. Lastly, a big thank you to the PSSM admin team for their endless support in making this session a success. Again, to our viewers, to our audience, without you, all this would not have been a success. So thank you so much for staying with us. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone.
Thank
Have
you,
a
ma'am.
good
Thanks.
night,
Thank you,
guys.
masters. Good night.
Hi, Masters. Hello, everyone. I am Lavanya Vishwanath. On behalf of PSSM Australia, I welcome all the participants of Zoom and viewers on YouTube to this online program that is Buddha and Maitreya Buddha. It is a great pleasure to have you all with us during the special occasion of Buddha Purnima. Before we move forward, I wanted to extend my gratitude to our beloved Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji and Swarnamala Patriji. So today we are on 5th day of 11-day meditation journey. It's truly an honor to reflect on the teachings of the two incredible grandmasters. One is Buddha, who is a spiritual scientist who introduced Anapanasati meditation to the mankind, and our beloved Brahmarshi Subhash Patriji, who we call as a Maitreya Buddha, who took meditation practice to millions of people in our era. It's a pleasure to have wonderful speakers who have volunteered to be a part of this program and are willing to share their wisdom about these two grandmasters. Today, we are honored to have Senior Master Hitesh Vasisht as our great guest speaker, offering his wisdom on the 5 timeless life lessons by Gautama Buddha. Welcome, sir. So let me give you all a quick introduction about Hitesh Master before handing over the platform to sir. So Hitesh sir have been teaching meditation to masses for a decade and a half. He is also trained in many complementary healing modalities like past life regression, inner child work, life between life regression, family constellation, ancestral healing, rebirthing, breathwork, and so on. With more than 500 plus workshops, he worked with masses finding balance in their lives. Hitesh Master is also an author of the bestseller book named Sundaram Speaks, Conversations to Awaken Your Soul's Wisdom. He is also an award-winning coach par excellence, a workshop leader and a healer with a decade and half experience in the field of human behavior. He is an internationally registered consciousness coach with Certified Coaches Alliance, Canada, and International Coach Federation. With more than 6,000 plus one-on-one healing and coaching sessions, he has transformed people in healing childhood and past life traumas, ancestral patterns, deep subconscious beliefs, and lead a life of meaning and purpose. So having done master's degree in human resource management, he has also worked in apparel fashions, real estate, education, automotive, and telecom sectors. He has coached CEOs, bureaucrats, doctors, teachers, housewives, children, helping them realize that they are whole and capable of achieving anything and everything. With this, I would like to welcome you once again, sir. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Lavanya-ji, for having me here, and thank you, PSSM Australia, and Kalpana-ji. Thank you for having me. And, very happy to be a part of this Buddha and the Maitreya Buddha program, which we are doing on the, for the Buddha Purnima. It's an amazing initiative, wonderful initiative for all the meditators to come together and meditate and experience the group consciousness. So before we begin, friends, let us all start with meditation. I think that will be a good way to begin the session. So I'd like you all to sit comfortably. You can lock your feet, clasp your hands, and close your eyes. Let us center ourselves, align ourselves. Let us prepare ourselves for this 30 minutes meditation.